When we talk about comedy greats here on the show, everybody knows I enjoy a good laugh. You do, that's why you tune in, isn't it? Of course, well, dare you. We try and make it as lively as possible, wake you up, or in fact put you to sleep. Well, I'm sure I am putting you to sleep now, yes. That is reality. That's somebody zipping past on a bike, by the way. Yes, no green screen for me, as everybody knows. Totally free, no memberships. Yes, well, who pay for this, quite frankly? I know that's what you're thinking, isn't it? But of course, it's like some of our comedy legends that we have loved. That, we're still watching now, aren't we, on digital platforms, simply because they're very funny. Now, as many people know, I was lucky enough to meet the son of a true comedy legend, none other than Nick Emery, the son of the brilliant Dick Emery. And I wanted to share this particular story with you. As you know, Dick Emery ruled literally from the 1960s right through to the early 1980s on BBC television with a primetime show literally full of those wonderful characters like the Vicar, remember, Man Mad Hetty, yes, and Mandy. Mandy Dunnett, my favourite, of course, who was always being approached by that particular reporter saying, here's a charming young lady, looking nothing like a charming young lady. Now, what really evolved, which I found fascinating, was this, because we often think, don't we, about branding being a modern day thing, people literally lining themselves to, whether it be a lingerie range or like David Beckham, literally selling everything from whiskey, even though he doesn't drink. I don't know about you. Why would you buy that if you know he's never drank it? You get the picture. But what's interesting now, and I find fascinating, is this. Because Dick Emery, way back in the late 1970s, released a book, the Dick Emery Cookbook. I know, full of all the characters, as I say, the aforementioned, like the Vicar and Mandy's Tarts. Yes, you could just see how this played out. But here's the backstory to that book, because it did so well. I mean, literally, the recipes were pretty genuine, I have to tell you. You could have made them. They weren't comedy recipes or anything like that. And according to Dick's son, it was kind of a thing that he got approached about. They offered him a certain amount of money. And so he thought, why not? Let's have a go. It took off. Big time. But there was a problem, you see, because the real-life TV cooks were unhappy with the fact that Dick Emery was eating into their market. I mean, he was entertainment, light entertainment at that, not even a serious chef. Truly, though, Dick did enjoy to cook off camera and was something of a bit of a cordon bleu, put things together very well after many years of living, schlepping around in digs and boarding houses and hotels, touring up and down the country. Now, it's interesting to note, isn't it? Because that book now literally sells for a lot of money as a collector's item online. But way back in the late 1970s and early 80s, even the likes of the formidable Fanny Craddock were furious that Dick was eating into her lucrative market of cookbooks alongside the Monocle Johnny. Who remembers those two? Yes, do you remember Fanny Craddock? Yes, and frightening when how her TV career ended. So if you do see this particular book at a car boot sale, perhaps at a charity event, a jumble sale, snap it up. Not only is it brilliant to read, lots of fun with wonderful recipes, but also could be worth a lot of money, proving that Dick Emery is still giving after all of these years, and how we miss him and all of those wonderful comedy characters. Now, we should be finishing with somebody coming up and pushing me over by the shoulder, shouldn't I? Like Mandy. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.